Morning. Hope we're all doing okay. Got another minute or two before we get started, so I'll let people come in. I've actually logged on a wee bit early, but that's okay. Okay. Cool. Maybe I'll just chat about the class while people are coming in. Okay, great. And yeah, as people are coming in, maybe say in the chat who's here. Good morning, Ewa. It's nice to see exactly who's joining us and where we're all at. Amazing. Okay, so morning, Shona. I'm in a new space. I've just moved house. All I have is a plant and apparently a towel and a desk and a chair. So it might be a bit of an echoey room, but hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Great. Maybe I'll get started on explaining a bit about the class. We're going to look at past, present, and future today. I thought just since I'm moving on to like a new stage. Ah, morning, Caroline. You made it. Thank you. It will have more things on the wall eventually. This new home, but it's a good start. Always love a plant. But yeah, so we're gonna do past, present, and future, and I think because I'm on this new stage, like moving in with a partner and different things, I thought it might be a good time to like reflect back, being in the moment and reflecting on the future as well, or projecting. And yeah, as always, we're going to do a bit of breath work, we'll do some written tasks, we'll meditate, and we'll reflect at the end. So take a minute, getting yourselves ready, and we'll start with so gonna hold up one of your hands, use the other, let's say use the dominant hand to do the work first. And so this chunky bit by the thumb, this big muscle here, we're just gonna give it a nice circle with the other hand. I use my fingers on the back to hold it as a grip, and then I just move around. And if, say, like this part is a bit more tight and you need a bit more pressure, you can push into it a bit more, or you can push into the center a bit more, or just go for it in whatever way feels good for you today. Maybe rotating the circle in the other direction. Nice. Then we'll take that out into a bit more of the palm. So just letting the circle get bigger and bigger every time until maybe you're eventually doing the whole hand. Nice. And we'll move on to the opposite end. So the connection between the bottom of the pinky and the wrist. So going up and down this soft, it's a bit softer, I think, than where the thumb is. And I kind of use my fingers on the back almost to pull it like this. Get a bit more movement. Nice. And then we'll use the fingertips and we're just going to pull down. It's not a huge movement, but it does do a bit of release. Nice. And then we'll swizzle and pull the thumb and each finger. And I'm rubbing it however else you need. If you need to move the fingers forward and back, you just rub them together, crack them, whatever you need. And then we're just going to hold both our hands in front of us, maybe close their eyes and see how one might feel different to the other. Mine, even physically, if I look at them, one is the one I've been working on is almost completely flat, and the one I haven't naturally curls up. I guess it's an image like a dead spider. Nice, let's move on to the other hand. So we're going to start with the thumb. Nice, and then picking wherever you want to put a bit of extra pressure. If you want to hold on to a bit for a bit longer. Nice, and then gradually letting that circle get bigger. And then massaging the pinky end. I think it's really good to do hand massages because we use them all day, every day, and we don't give them a lot of time or love or attention to looking after them. I mean, maybe in the winter months when it gets a bit colder, your skin might get a bit cracked or a bit dry. So I guess we give them some attention in that way. But yeah, looking after these babies. And we're going to pull down, avoiding any rings. I'm going to swizzle and pull. And again, just rubbing, moving the fingers forward and back. Whatever else you need to do. Maybe shake them both. And settling down, dropping them down wherever you need them to be. If you're sitting cross-legged, legs out in front, if you're on a chair like me, or you're still in bed, wherever you are. And closing the eyes, maybe having the palms facing up so they're still relaxed. Just taking a moment to settle. To notice how you're feeling this morning. Maybe you've been up for a few hours, maybe you just got up. And just noticing from the moment you opened your eyes to the moment you started this class, just how you're feeling. Lovely. We just gave some attention to our hands, so we're going to put our attention onto our hands. We're going to do a quick body scan of the whole body. So starting at the hands, working your way up your arms to the head and down to the feet. So I've already noticed our hands and our fingers. Maybe you've noticed the wrists, the lower arm and the elbow. How about the upper arm and the shoulders, the chest and the neck and the head? Do you need to sit up a bit taller or you roll the shoulders back? The back of the head, the back of the neck. About your shoulder blades, your collarbones. Your chest. And your ribs. in your belly, about your pelvis, your hips and thighs and knees, about your shins, calves, ankles, and feet. Lovely. I'm going to move a bit more internally and just focus on the breath and where the breath is at. And gradually, in your own time, make that breathing deeper and deeper. Lovely. And we're going to take a big deep breath in through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Lovely. Blinking your eyes open. Come back to your space. Maybe, rolling your shoulders back or having a drink, doing what you need. And we're going to grab our notebooks. I moved yesterday and it took me so long to find where my notebooks were. I had about 4 on the desk. And I was like, but they're not the right one. I found it, so we're all good. So like I said at the start, we're going to do past, present, and future. So for the first written task, I want you to respond to this question. If you could talk to your teenage self, the one thing you would say is. So what's the one thing you would say to your teenage self? If you could talk to them right now, it wasn't me on the screen, it was your teenage self, what would you say? Lovely. So taking your time to finish that one off. Great, we'll move on to the next question. So the second question is, what do you want to tell your current self? So what do you want to tell your current self? Maybe it's something you want to tell yourself right now. Maybe it's something you want to tell yourself this week or last week or this year. What do you want to tell your current self? Lovely. So finishing that off, and we'll move on to the last one. The last written task for today. And if you haven't guessed, since we're doing past, present, and future, this, of course, is the future question. So for the final one, what would you say to your future self? What would you say to your future self? And again, that could be next year, that could be 5 years, it could be 10, that could be when you're 60, it could be when you're 80, it could be anything. What would you say to your future self? Lovely. So finishing that one off when you're ready. Lovely. Okay. Put your pen and paper to the side, have a drink, tea, coffee, water. I think I've got a bit of everything going on this morning in here. And settle down. We'll do a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breathing, and then we will meditate. So this breathing technique we did last week, and it's 3-part breathing. So it's focusing on breathing into the chest, into the ribs, and into the belly. And you can place your hands on those parts if that feels useful. So you could have one on the chest and one on the belly, or you could have your palms open or wherever you want them to be. And so we're going to do one full inhale, one full exhale, and then inhale the belly, inhale the ribs, inhale the chest, hold, full exhale, full inhale, exhale the belly, exhale the ribs, exhale the chest. And so maybe we'll do that twice. So we're going to fully inhale, full exhale, Inhale the belly. Inhale the ribs. Inhale the chest. Hold. Full exhale. Full inhale. Exhale the belly. Exhale the ribs. Exhale the chest. Fully inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale the belly. Inhale the ribs. Inhale the chest. Exhale. Fully inhale. Exhale the belly. Exhale the ribs. Exhale the chest. Just take a normal breath in and out. They're not already shut and settling down. And in this moment, if anything comes up that's a bit distracting or is taking your attention away, that's okay. Allow it to happen, acknowledge that it's happening, and then let it go. We're not putting any pressure on ourselves to stay focused 100% of the time. That doesn't happen. We're working towards it. But by acknowledging it, you're getting closer and closer to that awareness of being more focused in the moment. So not to feel bad for getting distracted. We all do. But to try and do it less and less. Lovely. So I asked you to, if you could talk to your teenage self, the one thing you would say is, and I want you to think of your teenage self in your mind. What teenage did you pick? Were you 13, 15, 17, 18, 19? What age were you? What age did you pick to talk to? And what did you look like? What did you normally wear at that age? What was your hair like? Did you sound different? And how does it make you feel picturing this younger teenage version of yourself? At whatever age you chose, how does that make you feel? And then if you in your mind are looking at your teenage self as an outsider, maybe now looking at yourself. So in your mind, what does your current self look like? Are you wearing the clothes you're wearing this morning? Is your hair styled a specific way that's like a signature hairstyle for you? Is there something you wear quite a lot that you've chosen? Do you sound different? And the thing that you wrote to your current self, do you think you needed to hear that this morning? Did you need to hear what you wrote to your current self? Is it something maybe you haven't said before or something you've been thinking about, but you finally wrote it down? Is it something you already know, but just needed to remind? And then thinking about your future self, what age did you pick? What age did you pick for your future self? Can you imagine what you look like at that age? Do you have an image of your head of, can you see yourself at that age? Some people find it difficult to picture themselves old or picture themselves in a situation that seems quite far from where they're at now. And are you looking forward to meeting and eventually being that future self? Or how do you feel when you think about the future? While I think of that, I'm going to read you a short quote. The past is behind, learn from it. The future is ahead, prepare for it. The present is here, live it. I'm going to take one really deep inhale through the nose, one big exhale out the mouth. And slowly blink your eyes open. Coming back to your space, maybe having a stretch, moving around. We're going to grab our notebooks and just write down a words, a thought, a feeling of reflection. Lovely. And while you're doing that, I want to say thank you so much for coming to class. It's lovely to have you all. And yeah, like the video if you liked it, subscribe, drop us a comment. I unfortunately won't be teaching Stretch and Relax on Wednesday because I need to get 2 wisdom teeth removed at an emergency appointment. It's all happening, you know? It's a great time. So Taylor's going to cover the class on Wednesday because I'm not allowed to exercise for 4 days starting after the surgery tomorrow. So I hope that's all right with everyone. And it was lovely to have you all in my new space, and have a great week, and I'll see you all this time next week. Yeah, if you do have anything like questions or feedback or anything, feel free to message me. I'm always here. Oh, thanks, Caroline. Yeah, I know. I hate the dentist, so I'm a bit nervous, but I think it'll be okay. They seem like a very nice dentist, so yeah. Yeah, they're awful. Apparently they'd all grown in, and then I had one left and it came in. There was no room for it. And so they're attacking one another and these just both come out. Yeah, teeth are the worst. Tooth pain. Thank you so much. Hopefully it should be straightforward, so I hear. Oh, yes. Use meditation and breathing to get through it. I will. I think I'm going to put in a little playlist. Yeah, great. I know, I think getting them out is just like the easiest option. But thanks, everyone. Team support. Great, I'm going to end it there, but I'll see you all soon. Have a great week. Bye.